Are you ready to delve into the world of conspiracy theories? Today we're going to explore 4 bizarre and mysterious events that have captured the imaginations of people around the globe.
I'm sure you've heard of the controversial and widely debunked flat earth theory. Well, we'll dive into examining its origins and the evidence used to support it.
Then we'll explore the baffling disappearance of Malaysia Airlines flight MH370, exploring the various theories and speculations surrounding this enigmatic event.
We'll also shed light on the curious conspiracy surrounding the many Mattress Firm stores and the strange phenomena that have fueled rumors of a grand conspiracy.
And finally, we'll be sharing a 4th conspiracy with you that is somewhat related to our last episode, but we'll be keeping that a mystery until we get to that.
So, welcome to the Weird and Wicked podcast. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Kristen.
And we're 2 sisters with a passion for the mysterious and the unknown. On our podcast, we'll explore killer cases and the most puzzling phenomena.
Come with us down the rabbit hole where we'll take a magnifying glass to the most bizarre, unnerving, and unbelievable stories. From true crime and conspiracy theories to ghosts and cryptids, we'll cover it all.
So, as we mentioned in the intro, we'll be talking about 4 different conspiracy theories today.
Yes. Stick around because we have some interesting thoughts on these. Do we?
Oh man, I don't know.
Am I gonna have interesting thoughts? We'll find out.
Oh god.
Geez.
So for our first conspiracy, we'll explore the bizarre belief that our planet is not a sphere, but instead a flat disk.
Yep. We'll be examining the origins of this theory, the evidence used to support it, and the reasons why so many people believe in it.
The belief that the Earth is flat has a long history, dating back to ancient civilizations such as the Greeks and Egyptians. In fact, many early maps depicted the Earth as a flat disk, with the ocean surrounding it. This belief persisted for centuries, even as scientific understanding of the Earth's shape began to develop. One of the earliest recorded attempts to prove the Earth's spherical shape was made by the Greek philosopher Pythagoras in the 6th century BC. He noticed that during a lunar eclipse, the Earth's shadow on the moon appeared to be curved. Philosopher Aristotle used observations of the stars to argue that the Earth must be a sphere. During the Middle Ages, the belief in flat Earth was still common, particularly among religious groups who interpreted the Bible as teaching a flat Earth model. However, by the time of the Renaissance, scientific understanding of the Earth's shape had advanced significantly. In the 16th century, the Italian astronomer Galileo provided further evidence for a spherical Earth through observations of the phases of Venus. Despite this overwhelming scientific evidence, the flat Earth theory persisted among certain groups, particularly those who rejected the mainstream science and clung to conspiracy theories. In recent years, the rise of social media and online communities has given new life to the flat Earth movement, with some individuals promoting the theory as a form of rebellion against established science. It's worth noting that while the belief in flat Earth has a long history, it is not a scientifically valid theory. The overwhelming evidence from observations, experiments, and mathematical calculations all point to a spherical Earth, and the flat Earth theory has been thoroughly debunked.
Yes. It's pretty obvious if you actually do a little bit of research. And
Even if you just do a little
to
bit of thinking, like
science.
the moon.
Yes. Yes. It's so crazy though how many people actually believe this.
Mm-hmm.
There's even like
It's
conventions
weird.
and stuff
Yeah.
where all these people come from all over the place, and they always have like other wild theories about how the
Of
world
course.
works too.
Mm-hmm.
But there's just some of them. I'm sure there's a lot of good people there, but
Yeah.
some of them are just crazy.
I think it just goes back to that rebellion
Mhm.
against science. Like
Right.
they want like a purpose, or they just want to rebel against the idea and have
Yeah.
this crazy idea.
Mhm. Certainly, it has been debunked, thank God. The
Yeah.
argument that the curvature of the Earth is not visible from the ground is one of the primary pieces of evidence used by flat Earth believers. They argue that if the Earth were truly a sphere, we should be able to see a curve in the horizon. However, this argument overlooks the fact that the Earth is very large and the curvature is not visible at ground level due to the Earth's size, which makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you wouldn't see the curve if it was big
Yeah.
enough.
Right
It's just all
on the
about
ground.
perception and
Yeah.
perspective. The curvature of the Earth is, in fact, visible from high altitudes, such as from the windows of commercial airplanes, from the top of high mountains, and even from photographs taken from space. From these vantage points, the curvature of the Earth can clearly be seen. Another argument used by flat Earth proponents is the belief that NASA and other space agencies are engaged in a massive cover up to conceal the truth about the flat Earth. They argue that the images and videos of the Earth from space are fake and that the Earth is actually flat. However, there is overwhelming evidence from space exploration and satellite technology that supports the spherical Earth model. The
It's
I-
one of those like cop outs, like, oh, here's the proof. We literally have photos of it taken from space. Oh, space isn't real. The moon isn't real.
Fake.
We haven't been to space yet. Like those
Yeah.
are all fabricated. It's like,
It's like
okay.
the moon landing being fake,
Yeah. How
which I
about you
know a
fake your
lot.
photos of your flat earth then? Where are
I know.
those?
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. If it's that easy.
Yeah, I came across the moon landing
Mhm.
fake being fake, and I was like,
So
"Oh my."
many people think that's fake. And there's even I watched a documentary on Netflix about it a few years back. Um they think that it was that whole tape was filmed in like
In a
Area
Hollywood
51
studio. Yeah.
cuz
Oh my god. Cuz the like floor,
the
the ground was the
geography,
same.
yeah,
Oh
looked the
my-
same as in the desert. It was like, oh geez.
okay, if you want to believe that, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Sometimes I'm like, they could actually do that.
They
But
could.
if that was true, then it would not stay a secret. There's no
Mhm.
way.
I don't think so
There's too
either.
many moving parts and too many people
And it's
involved.
been so freaking long since
Hmm.
then.
Yeah.
Like something would have come out that it was faked, I feel like.
Right. Yeah. The idea that NASA and other space agencies are covering up the truth about the shape of the Earth is a conspiracy theory that lacks any credible evidence. Moreover, the idea that a vast conspiracy involving thousands of people could be maintained without leaks or whistleblowers is highly improbable, just like I
Yeah.
was saying. The arguments put forward by flat Earth believers, including the idea that the curvature of the Earth is not visible from the ground and that NASA is engaged in a cover up, are not supported by scientific evidence.
While many people continue to believe in it, there are several strong arguments that can be used to refute this theory. Firstly, the laws of physics dictate that the Earth must be round in shape due to its size and gravitational forces. The force of gravity pulls objects towards the center of mass of the Earth. If the Earth were flat, gravity would pull objects towards the edges, causing them to slide off. This is not observed in reality, and the laws of physics support the idea that the Earth is a sphere. Secondly, the flat Earth theory relies on vast conspiracies involving thousands of people, including scientists, engineers, pilots, and other experts. The idea that such a large conspiracy could be maintained without any leaks or any whistleblowers is highly improbable.
Hmm.
Moreover, the evidence of a spherical Earth is not limited to NASA or other space agencies, but is supported by observations and measurements made by scientists around the entire world.
Experiments involving the measurement of the Earth's shadow during a lunar eclipse clearly show that the Earth is a sphere. Similarly, the fact that different constellations can be seen from different parts of the world is also evidence for a spherical Earth.
I had never thought about that, but another good point.
Right, yeah.
In conclusion, the flat earth theory is a fascinating but flawed belief that has persisted for centuries. Despite the lack of scientific evidence supporting it, many people continue to believe in this theory and reject mainstream science.
Hmm.
However, it's important to approach this topic with an open mind and examine the evidence critically before coming to any conclusions, which I hope we provided that for you and you can make
Yeah.
your decision.
Yeah. If you want to believe in it, that's totally fine.
I definitely don't. I definitely believe in the
I don't
mainstream
know.
science. It's
Oh,
just all
yeah.
pointing to the fact that it's not true.
It there's just too much evidence for it
Yeah,
to be round.
exactly. And the fact that it's like we said, people all around the world, so many different agencies, so many
Hmm.
different examples just looking up at the sky or looking at the horizon from a tall
Hmm.
building. So, attention podcast lovers. Did you know that you can experience the Weird and Wicked podcast in a whole new way? That's right. We're on YouTube too. Join us on our channel, Weird and Wicked Podcast, where you can listen and watch as we dissect each captivating case, bringing you closer to the heart of the mystery. Don't miss out on the visual thrill. Head over to our YouTube channel now, hit that subscribe button, and elevate your podcast experience to a whole new level. Now back to the show. So, moving on to our second conspiracy. On September 1st, 1983, a Korean passenger jet was shot down by a Soviet fighter jet, killing all 269 people on board. The incident sparked global controversy and raised questions about the actions of the Soviet Union. However, some believe that there was more to the story than what was reported in the media. Let's start with some background on the incident. Korean Airlines Flight 007 was a Boeing 747 passenger plane en route from New York City to Seoul with a stop in Anchorage, Alaska for fuel. The flight was carrying 246 passengers and 23 crew members, including U.S. Congressman Larry McDonald. On September 1st, 1983, the plane took off from Anchorage and headed towards its next destination. The flight veered off course and entered Soviet airspace, flying over the, forgive me, Kam-
Kamchatka?
Kamchatka Peninsula in
I'm not
the
sure.
Sakhalin Island. Not sure if I pronounced those right or not. Soviet air defense forces spotted the plane and sent fighter jets to intercept it. Despite repeated warnings from the Soviet pilots, the plane did not respond and continued to fly deeper into Soviet airspace. The Soviet fighter jet fired several warning shots, but the plane did not alter its course. Eventually, the fighter jet fired a missile which hit the plane, causing it to crash into the Sea of Japan. The Soviet Union claimed that they believed the plane was a US spy plane conducting reconnaissance over Soviet territory, and they were therefore justified in shooting it down. The incident was widely condemned by the international community, with many countries calling for an investigation into the incident. The tragedy of Korean Airlines Flight 007 led to significant tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union during the height of the Cold War. It also resulted in changes to international aviation rules and procedures to prevent similar incidents from happening in the future. However, some conspiracy theorists believe that the US government played a role in the incident. They argue that the plane was intentionally flown off course as a part of a covert operation by the US intelligence agencies. According to this theory, the plane was carrying top secret military equipment or personnel that were not supposed to be detected by the Soviet Union.
Another theory suggests that the flight was intentionally shot down by Soviet Union as part of a larger conspiracy. This theory suggests that the Soviet Union was under pressure from its own military to take aggressive action against the US, and that the flight was used as an excuse to escalate tensions. Some even believe that the US government was aware of the plot and allowed it to happen to justify increased military spending and anti Soviet sentiment. However, both of these theories lack credible evidence. The US government decided denied any involvement in the incident, and the Soviet Union's explanation that they believed the plane was a US spy plane was consistent with their military protocol at the time. Moreover, subsequent investigations and declassified documents have not revealed any evidence of a larger conspiracy involving the US or the Soviet Union.
So, this one was really weird to me. I watched a few videos about it. First of all, it's a Boeing 747. How do you mistake that for like a military reconnaissance
Right.
air?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
I find
And
that like
then,
hard to believe.
yeah. And then the fact that they were giving like warning shots, I also found conflicting information about that. Like they claimed that they did the warning shots, they claimed that they
Mhm.
tried to radio them, but
Yeah.
obviously that can't be proven at all.
Mhm.
Of course they might just say that just to get out of the hot seat.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. This one was really weird to me.
I feel like the Soviet Union has don't come for me, but I feel like the Soviet Union has a reputation for like covering things
Covering it
up.
up. Yeah.
Like with the whole Chernobyl
Yeah.
incident.
At least
Like
in
they
this time period, I feel like.
you're right. Instead of just admitting to like a mistake that was
Mhm.
made and like dealing with the consequences,
Mhm.
they do everything they can to like deny, deny,
Deny
deny. Like,
it.
no, we didn't do that. We took every
Exactly.
precaution necessary. Nothing went wrong. It was just so weird.
Or,
Like, this is
or like
crazy that
this
this
is a
happened.
US like
Yeah, or they
spy
like deflect.
exactly.
I don't know. I've heard like several story like any conspiracy theory or like disaster or just any story kind of like this about the Soviet Union. I feel like it's a common theme
Oh my god,
with
yeah.
them.
I've
But
definitely heard it before.
like I said, don't come for me, Soviet Union.
Yeah, just back then they did that.
Yeah, right. I don't know how it is now. Oh, jeez.
So, moving right along, we are diving into our third conspiracy, which is the mattress firm conspiracy.
Yep.
Have you ever wondered why there are still so many mattress firm stores? How are they still in business after the boom of online mattress sales after the COVID-19 pandemic when countless other businesses filed for bankruptcy during this time? So, you might have heard this one. It's been
Mhm.
making its rounds on social media and it might be a little bit old. We're probably hopping on a little
Right.
bit late, but it was going viral.
Yeah.
The conspiracy is that Mattress Firm, a US based mattress real I was gonna say military.
Realtor.
Real. I'm thinking like military now. The conspiracy theory is that Mattress Firm, a US based mattress retailer, is involved in a money laundering scheme. I honestly can't keep a straight face reading this, but
Oh, I had to
let's.
yawn so bad. I was trying to hold it in, but then you started laughing, so I just let it out. Okay.
So let's dive into this theory and see what's really going on.
Yes.
The theory suggests that there are way too many Mattress Firm stores in many US cities, and it has become obvious that there are oftentimes little to no customers inside. So, how are they making any profit? People are wondering how such a company can stay afloat and what they might be doing with all the money. Some believe that the stores are actually fronts for a larger money laundering scheme.
Let's take a closer look at Mattress Firm. First of all, it's important to note that it's a publicly traded company, meaning that it has to adhere to strict financial regulations. This makes it unlikely that they're involved in any illegal activities. But, I mean, I guess whoever believes in this theory can also argue that it's not impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Mattress Firm has been around for a while now and has been expanding aggressively. That's why you'll find many stores in the same area. It's part of their business strategy to beat out the competition. So the high number of stores doesn't necessarily mean that they're up to no good. It just means that they've taken the strategy of buying out any local competitors in order to make Mattress Firm basically the customer's only option. Or
Yeah,
which, as like Amazon and just like
those online
online
retailers.
shopping grows,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like you would expect them to start dying out. Kind of like Bed Bath and Beyond. They just filed for what's it called uh, bankruptcy
Was it
something.
bankruptcy? I heard even a lot of them are actually closing, I
They're
think.
closing all their doors.
Oh,
It's
okay,
like
so it's worse than
it's
just
like
bankruptcy.
I forget what. Hold on, let me look. It's gonna freaking bother me. Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Yes.
I knew I was like title. No, not title.
Title
I couldn't think of it.
11.
But yeah, they just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, and all of their doors are closing now. They're
Mm-hmm.
laying off all of their employees, and I think like it's because when COVID hit, everything went so online. Nobody goes out and shops like they used
Mm-mm.
to anymore. And like Amazon is so much quicker, easier,
Yeah.
faster,
Free
cheaper.
shipping.
You don't have to leave your house. Yeah, and you get it in 2 days. Sometimes quicker, like if
Even
there's a warehouse
Target.
nearby.
Exactly. You
Yeah.
can buy from like Target and Walmart and they'll ship it to
Hmm.
you or they'll like deliver it to you same day or you can do
Yeah.
the curbside pickup, all that stuff.
Yeah. Honestly, like
So,
Target, Walmart, and Amazon are like the new Bed Bath and Beyond.
mhm. Like there's no reason unless you want to go browse casually. There's
Hmm.
no reason to go to Bed Bath and Beyond. There's no
Yeah.
reason to like try out mattresses
I can't
anymore.
remember the last time I went to a Bed Bath and Beyond. It was
Oh my
probably
god.
down in it was probably when I lived at home. But because
Probably
we
the
did
one
have
near the
one
movie
there.
theaters.
Yeah.
But you would only go there before your movie because you're like waiting for your movie. You would just
Literally
like
to
walk
kill
around.
time. Yep. I can't
Yeah.
remember the last time I bought something from there. I don't think I ever have, to be honest. I'm sure like our parents have,
Yeah.
um but yeah, I feel like we're aging our parents by talking by saying that, but oh
Oh
god.
man.
But
But
anyways, where did I
yeah.
even leave off? Oh, the whole point of bringing up Bed Bath and Beyond is because
Yeah.
with like the rise of Amazon growing and stuff like that, you can get a mattress online shipped to you. You don't have to
Same
deal
day,
with
probably.
you can get a mattress in a box
Mm-hmm.
and you just
That's what we
open it up
did.
and then it like I don't know what the word is. It like puffs up. I
Yeah.
don't
It
know.
like inflates. That's the wrong
Yeah.
word, but it like I don't know, but yeah, we
It
did that and I
decompresses,
love.
I guess.
Yeah. I love our mattress. I
But that is so much easier than going to a mattress
I would
store to
never
buy a
go to a
mattress.
mattress store. And then you see the commercials of like people laying in them and trying them
Mhm.
out. I wouldn't even feel comfortable doing that. Like, yeah,
Feels
let me
weird to
just
me.
try this one. Oh, it's too stiff. Let me try this one. Oh, it's too soft.
Yeah.
So freaking weird.
Yeah. So I honestly I don't understand how they're still in business.
I don't
So
understand it either. And you know what
surprising.
else? I'm surprised they don't try to convert on to online. Maybe they have and I just don't know.
Right.
But they don't have that big of a space as all these other ones do, like the purple
Yeah.
mattress and those other ones.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's really odd that they're still kicking it.
Mhm.
So now let's talk about why this conspiracy really just doesn't hold up. For starters, there is no credible evidence that the mattress firm is involved in money laundering, flat out.
Mhm.
Sure, some stores might not be busy all the time, but that doesn't mean that they're not profitable. And even if they were, using a mattress retailer as a front for money laundering seems pretty far fetched.
Mhm.
The legal and logistical difficulties involved in operating such a scheme would make it highly unlikely.
Yeah.
So, there you have it. The mattress firm conspiracy theory is just that, a theory.
A theory only.
Yeah. It's fun. It was funny to
It's
talk
funny to
about
think
for a
about because it's
while.
like, because also there, I think in Chicago is where there's like 20 stores.
Oh, I think you're right.
They're like
We'll
all
have to
close
find a
together.
photo of that.
Yeah, if you literally just search Mattress Firm Chicago and look at that,
It'll
pull up
show
the
you.
map on Google, there's like so many red dots like
It's so
showing
weird.
there. I think I counted there were over 20 locations, but it's just like, why?
It doesn't make any sense. Why are you spending all this money on a brick and mortar store when you have one right next to it?
Right. Yeah,
Why not
it's
just
so
make
odd.
online, like a really pop-in online store
Yeah.
for it? I don't
I
know.
guess I the only reasoning I can think of is that like we said before where they were like buying all the local competitors out, so they probably just
Mhm.
ended up with that many stores just by like buying it out, you know. And I think there was like a quote from the CEO saying like it's actually not that expensive to run a store
Okay.
and pay the
Hmm.
employees.
Yeah.
I want to know how much I want to know how much they make.
I
I
want to
wonder
know
if it's
how
all
much.
commission.
Yeah. I
I
want to
don't
know
know.
how much like your typical store makes, and I want to
Mhm.
know like how many mattresses they're selling a month. Like how
Right.
many
Yeah.
people are they getting in the store because I need to know.
Yeah. It's interesting to
A
think
weird
about.
one. Yeah, we need to do a little bit more digging.
Yeah. So, moving on to the last theory. This is our bonus theory, right?
Yep, this is our little bonus theory.
So, this theory suggests that the shipwreck of the Titanic in 1912 was an elaborate hoax orchestrated for various different reasons. So, supporters of this conspiracy theory cite several arguments to support their claims. The first one is that it was actually the Titanic's sister ship, the RMS Olympic, that sank. According to this theory, people argue that the Olympic, which had a history of accidents and had sustained significant damage, was intentionally switched with the Titanic as part of an insurance fraud scheme. The idea suggests that the White Star Line, the company that owned both ships, sought to dispose of the problematic Olympic while claiming the insurance money for the lost Titanic, which
Hmm.
is funny because we know the White Star Line
Yep,
from
last
the
week.
last yes, last week's video.
If you watched, go back and watch it.
Yes, if you didn't watch that video, that was a good video.
Yeah,
The
so
story of the Queen
interesting.
Mary is just so cool. Like
Mhm.
we already said this in the last video, but we went down a rabbit hole with that one for
Mhm.
sure.
A deep rabbit hole.
Yes. Supporters of this theory point to the Olympics collision with the HMS Hawk in 1911, which resulted in severe damage to the ship's hull. They argue that the repairs required extensive time and resources, making it more convenient for the White Star Line to the Olympic with the no, switch the Olympic with the virtually identical Titanic. By deliberately sinking the Olympic disguised as the Titanic, the company could allegedly collect a substantial insurance payout.
This is so weird. Like, I
It's
don't
just like
know.
so far out there.
It really is. Like, completely. Because there were differences in the
Yeah.
ships. They were two different ships, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Just the fact that they would, like, change all this stuff just to disguise it.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one.
And like sink the whole ship and kill so many people on it
Yeah,
just
that's what got me about
for
this one. It's
insurance
like,
money.
you're not going to put all those people at risk
Mm-hmm.
of that
Yeah, no.
just for a new ship. Another aspect of the theory centers around a coal fire that supposedly started in the Titanic's hull before its departure. Supporters claim that this fire weakened the ship's structural integrity and made it more susceptible to damage from an iceberg. They argue that the White Star Line decided to proceed with the voyage despite knowing about the fire, leading to the ship's alleged deliberate sinking. According to supporters of this theory, a fire broke out in the ship's coal bunkers and burned for several days, weakening the Titanic's structural integrity.
However, while there was no indeed what? Now I'm just making up words. Oh my god.
This is just a disaster.
However, it is important to note that while there was
I'm
indeed oh my
sorry.
god, I can't. Did it
How we say,
again.
however,
I need to delete. Yeah,
while there
just
were.
get out of there. Oh my god.
Well, there was an indeed.
I can't. Okay.
Oh man.
However, while there was indeed a coal fire on board the Titanic, its impact on the ship's sinking.
I just can't. Okay, I need to stop. Sorry.
Oh no, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Its impact on the ship's sinking has been heavily debated by experts. The official investigation onto the disaster.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
I like can't look over at the camera because I just started
Honestly, I
crying.
can't listen because I just keep hearing it. Okay.
Oh my god. The official investigation into the disaster, led by the British Wreck Commissioner, included that the fire had little to no effect on the ship's structural integrity. Additionally, there is insufficient evidence to support the claim that the White Star Line deliberately allowed the ship to set sail despite knowledge of the fire. The sinking of the Titanic was primarily attributed to collision with the iceberg, a widely accepted explanation supported by numerous testimonies and physical evidence.
Yeah, it's hard for me to believe that they would just let this happen and let their
Yeah,
whole name go down in infamous history
right.
and
Yeah.
just let all these people die again.
Mm-hmm. It's like highly unlikely.
Mm-hmm.
These claims are not supported by historical evidence or accepted by experts in the field. The sinking of the Titanic resulted in the loss of more than 1,500 lives and was a significant maritime disaster. Conspiracy theories surrounding historical events often emerge as attempts to challenge widely accepted narratives or to provide alternative explanations. However, in the case of the Titanic, extensive research, eyewitness accounts, and physical evidence, like we said, overwhelmingly support the conclusion that the ship did sink in 1912. The wreck, discovered in 1985, which is insane to me, I thought it was discovered pretty quick, but it would make sense
Same.
because it's 1912. We don't have the
Yeah, I can't imagine
technology to
it
go
would be
down there.
easy. Yeah, to
Right.
go down there.
The wreck, discovered in 1985, has been extensively studied and identified as the actual vessel that struck an iceberg and went down. The theory's proponents often overlook the distinct design differences between the two ships and fail to provide substantial evidence to support their claims. Consequently, the consensus among experts remains that the Titanic, not the Olympic, tragically sank on that fateful night.
Yeah.
So sorry, everybody. It actually was the Titanic.
It really was. We always encourage critical thinking and questioning of what we're told, but how do we discern between fact and fiction? It's easy to get swept up in rumors and speculation, but should we be wary of jumping to conclusions too quickly? It's up to you guys, our listeners, to decide.
Yep. We've covered some intriguing conspiracy theories today, from the flat earth theory to the mysterious disappearance of flight MH370 and the cryptic case of the Mattress Firm stores. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah. Let us know what you guys think of these. Some of them
Yes.
are a little weird, some of them are mainstream. Some of them are just dumb, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of there are so many conspiracy theories out there that are just so far-fetched.
People are
And
too freaking
obviously,
bored.
yeah, obviously somebody who's just trying to go against the grain, or they were
Mm-hmm.
bored and just wanted to come up with an alternative explanation.
Yeah.
There are a few out there that I do like see a little bit of truth in,
Mm-hmm.
which we can always cover in more episodes.
Yeah.
But
This one was more of
overall,
like a
it's
fun
just,
one.
yeah.
Just some dumb
Overall, they're
little.
just for entertainment, pretty
Oh,
much.
yeah. Agreed. But yeah, do you guys believe that there's more to the stories that we told? Or are there
Mhm.
any other conspiracies that you find like super compelling or extremely puzzling? Like you're just hung up on them? Definitely
Yeah.
let us know.
We definitely want to hear from you and see what your favorite ones are.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach out to us on any of our social media. We have Instagram, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we
Twitter,
have TikTok, we have a website.
comment
You
on
can go.
YouTube.
Yep. Just share your thoughts with us, your opinions. Who knows? Your insights might lead us to deeper understanding of some of these mysteries and conspiracies. So
Mm-hmm.
you never know.
Yep. Well, that's about it. Thank you
Yes.
guys for watching. I'm
Thanks
glad
for
you joined
joining.
us.
Have a great rest of your day.
It's so awkward. I want to
Like
read you
Bailey
what I.
Sarian.
Oh, yeah.
Make good
Yeah, make
choices.
good choices. Get better idols.
Yes.
What else?
Oh, jeez.
Anyway,
We'll do
thank you
our own.
guys.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Weird and Wicked podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, we'd love it if you drop a like and leave a review.
And don't forget to subscribe and follow us on all of our socials so you know when the next episode is up. We'll also shed light on the curious conspiracy surrounding the many Mattress Firm stores and the strange phenomena that have fueled rumors of a grand conspiracy.
And finally, we'll be sharing a fourth conspiracy with you that is somewhat related to our last episode, but we'll be keeping that we're
keeping that a mystery for right now. One of the earliest One of the earliest recorded attempts to prove the Earth's spherical shape was made by the Greek philosopher Pythagoras in the 6th century BC.
Pythagoras.
Did I say Pythagoras?
Pythagoras.
Let me restart. Oh, fuck. I need a beer.
Me too. I feel like it would make me worse, though.